Hey there, everybody. It's me, Mr. Gaming Guitarist, and I feel like I always record a vlog style video where I'm just emptying my thoughts into the camera. But I remember last year I made a video on my 30th birthday, which was called I'm 30 and I feel grateful, and I guess some ways this will be the sequel to that video. And so I guess I don't know what I'm going to call this one, but it'll start with I'm 31 and fill in the blanks later as I upload this. But the one thing that I just wanted to talk about is now that I'm another year older and have been through even more different types of challenges. Like, I feel like the roughest thing I went through was being stuck at home for 4 months while waiting for another rental car to become available just so I can get out of the house. That sucked, and I didn't know just how grateful I was to be driving and leaving the house again until I was able to actually start driving again. Like, all of a sudden, I thought, wow, I was such a whiny bitch before when I would complain about having to rent cars all the time, saying that's my only way to have a car. But really, once you actually get that feeling, like, imagine being stuck in a house that's the size of mine, which is pretty much like the size of a long hallway. Now, I used to complain all the time about, oh, this place is so small. I used to live in a 2,500 square foot 2-story house, and I didn't know how good I had it. I hate being here. Everything's so small. It's so constricting. But the questions I would ask myself when I wanted to feel better is, would I rather be living here or on the fucking street? And once you put it in that perspective, then immediately the whiny bitch part of your brain will immediately shut the hell up. And so that's the biggest thing I've learned so far is when you're encountering something negative, try to imagine the one positive thing, and that one positive thing will ignite a spark to start building up some positive energy, because all it takes is a spark. And another thing I've learned is sometimes some people have to go through the darkness just so they can appreciate the light when they finally see it. And I have been through that many times now throughout this decade. And of course, there will still be challenges, but one of the other big things I've learned is if you're going through a rough challenge, sometimes those challenges are necessary in order for you to appreciate the little things you once would have complained about. Because sometimes, and I learned this from Jeremy Renner recently on some of his podcast appearances, sometimes a little bit of suffering is necessary in order for you to truly appreciate being alive. And I went through that when I went to the hospital, and they made that mistake in 2023. But I'm just glad now that a lot of this stuff that I was dealing with is, seems to be stable now. Of course, things are not perfect, but if all you do is just sit there and complain instead of actually shutting the fuck up and doing something, that's when things get better. And of course, some people might say you have no right to talk about any of this stuff, but really I feel like the shit that I've been through since 2018 up until now, the mental obstacles I've been through, I feel like those people need to shut the fuck up and realize everyone goes through their own journey. Everyone goes through their own experiences, and until you're able to actually step into that person's shoes and find out how it really feels to be going through what they're going through, don't judge. You know, just like that quote, don't judge a book by its cover. And it feels like too many times, funnily enough, too many times on the internet, but not in real life, people judge me based off of the cover that they see. But you know what's crazy? When I go out into the real world and I talk to people, all that judgment that I would feel because because I spent 4 months being stuck at home, only being able to go out just to get an Uber ride to the grocery store, the only time I've ever felt that negativity from other passengers or just people in general is when I come across people who are just mean, drunk assholes. So really, like, I think there's too many people, and of course you can count me in this, too many people that spend too much time on the internet, and they think the way that people behave in comment sections is what real life actually is like, and it's not. It's just not. Because sometimes when people say I need a little bit of fresh air to feel better, that really is true. It really is. And I feel like I'm not making a ton of sense right now, but pretty much and you know, of course, I will tell myself I'm in no position to give advice to anyone, but I feel like after 31 years of being on this earth, and from the ages of 24 until now, being through some of the worst shit that I wouldn't even wish on my worst enemy, the best thing I can tell you is, if you feel like you're going through some rough shit, it will get better. You just have to believe it will get better. And I know I mention this all the time, but really, those people that want to complain about their life, I guarantee you a big chunk of them haven't tried meditation. And I know that there's so many people say, you talk about it all the time, because I truly feel like I wouldn't be in the more positive, more hopeful headspace that I'm currently at if I never discovered meditation. So for those of you that keep saying, oh, my life is shitty, my life sucks, why don't you just try meditating first and just see what that does? Because number one, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a therapist, I'm just a human being that's just emptying the thoughts in my head onto this camera. All I can tell you is what worked for me and from my experience going through some rough shit. And if you try meditation and you don't like it, at least you can say, I tried it and I know it doesn't work for me. But anyways, all I can say is I'm 31 and I'm just grateful that I woke up today and got to experience being alive for my birthday. And then everything else will take care of itself. All right, I'm going to stop rambling now.